Mom gonna be alright, but he make it back home. Goddamn, my mind gone. Those are real ones that gon' rap, but I got my backbone. I get them bag on, but you gotta have pass strong. Boy, that ain't look wrong. Yeah, I been shook wrong. Man, I been.
Hello, you guys. Thank you and welcome to Surviving with Nana. So today, it has came across my desk a little bit that has been attracting a lot of attention. And today we want to be talking about Nolan Wells, which is a very, very concerning situation for me. For one, we got one black male with a group of 3 white young males taking a trip on the boat or whatever they may have been doing at that time. What's concerning to me is they had the phone, but they didn't have him. And nobody knows about what happens to him. Nobody knows nothing. It's like he was just there and he just disappeared off God's green earth. And that is very, very, very concerning to me. For one thing, the story allegedly is now he was going with a white female, or like the white female, by the name of Katie. And he went to meet Katie somewhere allegedly. And Katie was the last person that was seen with him. Katie said when he left from meeting with her, he went back to the boat or wherever the young man's was, allegedly. That's what she said. And from what I'm hearing today, she is cooperating with authorities and officials to try to come up with some kind of plan. But what's very, very concerning to me is everybody deleted their social media. Now, let's be real. Why would everybody be deleting their social media? And allegedly, one of the young males' mother is a judge and somebody father is a doctor, or it could be vice versa. Not really sure. But what I do know in that type of situation, money is most definitely gonna be used for power. What I have a hard time understanding is why the man in the video that I'm about to show y'all was so angry. Who is this angry man that allegedly the video has just surfaced? And now they have this angry man that's arguing with the boy. Somebody got a bloody nose. And the man is just seen going on and on and on continuously. That's a little concerning for me. And he was directly pointing to somebody at this time. So I'm trying to figure out and fill in the gaps.
Ih, aquele grandão lá tá bravo, hein? Mas pegar só o menininho?
Aham.
Não, tem um outro grandão lá que levou também.
Mas uma mão desse batendo fraqueza é fácil, né? Pega no seu tamanho, doido.
Meu filho, negócio de vídeo não é negócio de tamanho não, é negócio que você não pode tomar a primeira.
Ó, o velho chegou um grandão, opa. Vai, grandão, mete o pé nesse trem, doido.
Now, let's be real. Color still plays a factor in this world. It's taught, I would say so, because we don't know to hate each other or to dislike each other until we're taught that. I remember a time when I worked at Walmart for some time. It's coming up as a teenager. And I remember this little girl came on the toy aisle one day. And her grandmother must have been the person that bought her in the store. So the little girl was like, I want that baby doll, Grandma. I want that baby doll, Grandma. The baby doll was black. And her grandmother went to every doll that she seen on that aisle And she was like, no, you should like this doll. Or no, you should like this doll. Or no, you should like this doll. And the girl was very consistent about wanting that black doll. Her grandmother told her, and I was stocking, she told her, no, we don't get dolls that color. That's not the kind of doll. That's a nasty kind of doll. The color is nasty. I never said a word that day, but it made me start to realize that that stuff is installed into children. People are taught color. Another example. I lost my son to gun violence, and they had this lady that was like this big TikTok star. And I can't remember what her name was, but she had lost her son like maybe a couple of months after I lost my son. My goal was to advocate against gun violence. And I felt like me and her shared the same pain, because regardless the color of her skin or my skin, that pain, the way she felt about losing her son, I absolutely, what was that TikTok lady name? I absolutely, Mama Tat, was that her name? It was something like that. I absolutely felt the same way that she did. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, let's come together and let's do something against gun violence. She was angry because some black boys had killed her son. And I could understand that. But she has to understand this at the same time. Not all black people are bad, and not all white people are bad. Nor vice versa are they good. We're dealing with different personalities, we dealing with different colors, we dealing with principalities in different realms of life. So when I say that we are still dealing with that, we are. When I started my nonprofit, my boss happened to be a white man, where he later on came. And he was more supportive of me than any male of that color I had ever met. Still to this day, if I call him, he gonna pull up, he gonna ask me what I need. Actually, I had got in a bind and he helped me out. So I judge by the heart. But is color a factor in this day and age? Absolutely. I would get on here, and it's not for debate. It's not an argument. It's a statement to tell you that, yes, it does exist. Not with everybody, but a lot of people, it does exist. Now, what I am going to say on this situation, that if 3 white boys, 3 black boys, was with a white boy that went missing, I believe with every being of my body that all 3 of those black boys would be questioned out of this world. I think that they would have been questioned for hours and hours and hours. The fact that these people have been released to go clear out social media, the fact that nobody's talking, nobody knows nothing, it's total bullshit. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with total bullshit. Somebody knows what happened to that young man. Somebody knows what happened to that young man, but one of them people that's that doctor or that judge telling them nobody say nothing, nobody cooperate. But one thing that I have learned, what goes on in the dark always comes to the light. And it's just a matter of time. Even if they get by and they get away with it, you still got to answer to the big God up above. And that's what people forget. You may get away in this lifetime, but you still got a man that you got to answer to in the next lifetime. And so what I'm not liking is the situation at all. What I'm not liking is, let's be fair. And the truth is, the justice system is pretty much corrupt. Because where I live, you get more time for drugs than murder. My son's life was taken at the age of 16. The coward that killed my son got 35 years. They put a new law into place the next year where the same situation happened to a little girl that was younger than my boy. And everybody that participated was charged. Damn near got life. But because my son was 16 and this little girl was 9, the stipulations was different. I feel like if you big enough to take a life, you big enough to go and do that time like a man or a woman. You do the crime, you do the time. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Now, what has changed? We got some people that pull up now. That fight for what's right. And these people are doing their own private autopsy on this young man. Now, I don't know how far they think they're going to go, but what I can say, when the attention like this is surrounding the case, justice has to be served. If you're not making a lot of noise, a lot of times justice will not be served. But this young man got a whole team ready to pull up. And it's about to be some problems about this young man. Our lives matter. I thank y'all for checking in. I'll let y'all know as I get updates on this story. As always, long live my son, Chavan, forever 16. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time.
Mom gonna be alright, but he make it back home. Goddamn, my mind gone. Those are real ones that gon' rap, but I got my backbone. I get them bad gone, but you got that patch strong. Boy, done look wrong. Yeah, I been shook wrong. Man, I been